Hey y'all, hey, we got this auto high car payment epidemic going on, and I highly recommend buying a used vehicle. I don't care if it's 20 years old, 30 years old. I got a 31-year-old truck, and I get compliments on this thing. When I spin this around, you see what I drive. This is a 1993 GMC Sierra. It's a Z71 4x4. So here it is. This is what I drive. It's got power windows, power locks. Look at those rims. Check them out. I'm pimping. 55-year-old man pimping. There's a story behind that.
All right, so the story behind these rims and tires was I went to Discount Tire and I had already pre-picked out a different style rim and tire, and I think the total bill would have been, say, $1,400, $1,400 with the rims. It was a great deal. And I'm like, shoot, I'll get that. They were doing a special offer. And the rims came. I waited like 2 or 3 weeks for the rims to arrive. They called me up and the guy said, hey, your rims are here, but there's a problem. 2 of them are damaged. He goes, because of this, I'll let you just pick out whatever the rim you want. I'm like, I told the guy, I'm like, I don't know what I want. I said, I was fine with that. I don't need anything fancy. He goes, I don't care if the rims are more money or not. So it turns out I think I ended up with like a rim that were almost like $200 a rim versus I think they were like 120 a rim, 115 a rim. And like I said, they're the 180 or $200 a rim. And he goes, you know what? Let's go with these. Those will look good on the truck. And I can have them in like 2 days, 48 hours. And so he got those rims in 48 hours. I brought my truck in, switched everything out because the original tire size was, I don't know if it was a 255 or maybe it was a 265 as far as, and because what was on there was like a 285 and the stock factory is a 265. I wanted a factory size tire and of course the same size rim. So that's the story behind that. I ended up getting like a $200 rim on the house of the tire place, didn't have to pay any extra money, paid still the same money as the other rims. But because of the fact of waiting and rims got damaged, I was kind of like gifted these rims. And I was looking at these rims, I'm like, I wouldn't have thought about picking those out because they're like very fancy. When these rims are clean and shiny, they look really cool. Maybe I'll find a picture when the tires are all shined up in that. Maybe I don't. I don't take many pictures of my truck. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But that's the story behind the rims. Yeah.
I'll tell you in a second. Put a work box up there. That's actually a recovery box. If anyone needs a roadside assistance, I can help you out. I built a custom redwood cap on this thing, thanks to my carpentry skills. Lear does not make caps past 1996. So this is 93, so I was SOL. I did have a new motor put in. Let's check out the interior. Interior is actually in very good shape. Blue cloth. It's cloth interior. Someone built this thing previously. I plan on replacing that and get a real center console. The back seat I got covered. The seats are pristine. No rips or anything. Perfect. The doors work. As far as like the power locks, power windows. Got a jamming radio that I never use. The truck itself is sitting at, let's see, can we zoom in there? Where the hell is the, come on. All right, so the truck body itself has 228,383 miles. At 215,000 miles, I put a brand new motor in it. So this brand new motor's got 13,000 miles on it. Going strong. I actually had to replace the headlights. I replaced the corners. I replaced the grill. New front lights. And then this is the motor that's in here. Is a throttle body. So when I say a new motor, it would be below the intake, and everything down is brand new. New suspension, new steering apparatuses, new alternators, batteries. Everything is all new. So now the question is, you're going to ask me, new radiator. The air conditioning works great. It gets cold in there for sure. No rust. You can check out this side. No rust at all. I put the little step-up bar on. I plan on replacing the bumpers, the front and rear bumper, and I plan on replacing the mirrors. My wife keeps asking me, she's like, are you going to get it painted? And the reason I do not want to get it painted is I don't want eyeballs. I already get enough looks because of the rims and tires. Probably got $1,800 in that. So if I end up getting a paint job, I don't want to draw attention to it. So what do I got into the truck? Okay, I bought vehicles up to $50,000. And that's, say, 10 years ago, you know. I bought expensive stuff. My last truck I had a Ford F-250. Made a deal with the dealer. Couldn't believe I got this truck for $36,000. I ended up putting $7,500 down. We'll keep the truck in the background. But I paid $3,900 for the truck. I did not know that it had a cracked gasket or a cracked cylinder, cracked head gasket. And I asked my mechanic, hey, can you just, fix the motor, kind of maybe you rebuild it? He goes, Eddie, by the time I put all my time involved in it, it'll be cheaper if you just replace the motor, get a new rebuild. And so I did it. It was a new rebuild Jasper motor out of Indiana. And so I paid $3,900 for the truck. I paid another $8,000, and that was the motor, like all new brake lines throughout the truck, new radiators, new alternators, so some of the suspension, the steering rods, and all that was like $8,000. So now I'm into the truck for what, $11,900, right? Let's round it off to $12,000. So I have another $1,800 in rims and tires. So I'm at $13,800. The redwood on the box and all that. Shoot, I probably got $200 in redwood. Maybe not. Maybe $150. The Craftsman toolbox, that was like $150. So say I'm up to $12,500. And then here's, oh yeah, I got new taillights. Check that out. They're kind of like a smoky deal, LED and all that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, let me turn the lights on. You can kind of see what those look like. Like I said, I was doing something different. Wanted to kind of, yeah, I like those LEDs. Those are pretty cool. I like those. So, yeah, I just replaced this bulb so I can see when I open the door, that light bulb. What else? All the lights in here work. It's got this cool custom, carpeted dash. I don't know why you need that, but I cleaned up the truck real good. Right now it's dirty. Let me shut that off. Power steering, the cruise control, that works. Transmission that's 28,000 miles. I gotta replace the transmission in the future, but not right now. My mechanic said he could do it for about $3,200. But this is the thing about it. And I got a 6'6" bed. 6'6" bed. It's a 2-door with the extended cab. What else? What else we got going on here? Doesn't have power mirrors. Doesn't have backup lights. Big deal. Or backup mirror. I don't need theirs. I'm old school. You know, when you grow up without all these fancy things, you know, for me, the truck is actually, the seats are so comfortable. It's like, what's so funny, my wife's got a 2012. This is a 93. And when we go out, she actually would rather take the truck because it's so much more comfortable than her SUV. It's a GMC Terrain. That's paid for. This truck is paid for. Actually, I got my insurance rates today for the renewal coming up. In Colorado, the company that I go through, Safeco, they wanted, and this is the part that just, it still blows my mind because of car theft is so high in Colorado. Hail damage is so high in Colorado. And whatever other BS that goes on throughout the country. That's why insurance rates are so high. So on this deal, right now I pay like $168 a month for car insurance. I'll get back to what I have in the truck money-wise. So when I got the new renewal, it was going up like $200. So I'm like, man, what can I do? I saw a couple additional things like roadside assistance. If you get in a collision, you got that kind of, you know, you get rent a vehicle for $50 a day, no more than $1,500, you know, maximum at how long you can spend. So I got rid of that because we have AAA. And so it knocked our insurance from like $2,000 a year basically down to $1,750. And the reason I got it to that, he goes, if you make pay it off in full for the most part, so that would be $850 May 1st, and then 6 months after that, another $850. So that'll keep it at $1,750. It'll save me $250. Fortunately, luckily, my wife and I, you know, we could afford to pay that $850. So shoot, if you say 170, what's 170 times 6? 170, 42. I don't know why I'm having a hard time doing math. That doesn't sound right. Anyways, I'm not going to do the math right now. So this is the first time I'm just going to pay off the auto insurance right away to save that money on that discount. So getting back to the truck. So where am I at? I'm at $12,500 into the truck. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this part pissed me off. My old mechanic, not the guy that replaced the motor, but my old mechanic, his guys did not catch the motor because it kept overheating. I kept having major issues. I spent like $2,300 of bullshit. Yeah, he replaced the transistor, whatever, the relay for like the speed fan control for the heating, for heat and cool. Only low worked, not medium nor high. So I had to replace that. And then whatever else I did under the hood, trying to keep the truck from overheating, obviously they didn't fix it. So I lost $2,300, say $2,000 of bullshit. So I'll round it up to $2,500. So now I'm at $15,000 into the truck. I've had it for almost 4 years, going on 3 years, 3.5 years, whatever. And how I look at it, if you could pay up to $3,600 a month in car repair. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. $3,600 a year. If you pay only up to $3,600 a year on fixing your vehicle, and you want to buy an old vehicle that's $10,000, and then it's like you pay, you own it outright, and then something breaks down and it's a $100 repair, $180 repair. Something, one of my transmission coolant lines, that wasn't replaced. I had my buddy replace, it was like I don't know what part it was in there. It was leaking. It was in the coolant area. And he replaced both lines. It was like $180. Like I said, I didn't have my mechanic, when we did the motor, replaced everything under the hood. You know, like I said, it was the main block, you know, the pistons and so forth. Anything below the intake manifold. That's what was replaced. That's what's all new. The drive shaft, the the U-joint, that was the other mechanic did that. So like I said, I'm 15,000 into the truck, and we had 3 feet of snow just last week. I'll show you some pictures of that. Crazy. We during Friday and Saturday, just this past Friday and Saturday, 3 feet of snow we had. And County Road where I live is a dead end road. They didn't come out. I think they came out like Monday morning. And so I took my truck. This girl, she will run through whatever. And I ran through the snow road up and down the road. So if other neighbors, once they do their driveway, they could get out. But this beast, she ran through that. There is no rust. I could show you. I'll get a flashlight. Here, check it out. Like I said, my truck is filthy right now because of snow and dirt roads. But as you can see, there is zero rust. Nothing on the panels. Everything's filthy as heck. I know I want to replace the leaf springs and the shocks, but if you look at everything underneath, I mean, the whole truck on the underside, clean. Not one rust, nothing. And for a 31-year-old truck, I tell you what, I am super happy about that. Super stoked. You know what's nice? I come down, start my truck up, and it's reliable, it's dependable, gets me from point A to point B. And that's all I care about. I pull this truck in fancy restaurants. And believe it or not, I mean, the truck is usually clean. Tires are all shiny, and you got the tire shine and all that stuff. Truck is looking actually pretty decent. But the valet guys, I'll let them take the truck and park it. You know, it's kind of fun for them. I'm like, you know, if they have any questions, it's because they're so used to all these new vehicles or the vehicles with the fob, and you got to press the button to start the vehicle. It's old fashioned, but hey, I got a call coming in, and I'm going to take this.
All right, real quick. So I had a call that came in, so I had to end the video right there. But hey, I appreciate all the new followers, the subscribers. I appreciate y'all. And like I said, for this video, it's more or less about, you know, you don't have to have that newer vehicle or brand new vehicle or, you know, I mean, if you have a car payment, you have a car payment. Try to keep it at a minimum. I know it's really hard out there, but there are cars out there that you can buy that are, you know, under 10 grand. They do exist. If you have a good mechanic in the area, try to find yourself one. And I recommend finding a car that's over 10 years old, in my personal experience. But yeah, I've had car payments, and I tell you what, it's really nice not having a car payment. It'll just take that pressure and burden off your personal life, financial life, and give you that extra cushion of not worrying about having a repo guy coming to get your car if you cannot afford to pay your car payment. So on that note, the call that was coming in, I don't know if I should say who it was, is somebody I've been on his show. He was giving me some tips about how to work with my YouTube channel, how to get it to grow. He's giving me some tips. And you got to reach out. That's a Jack Morgan, RLP, Red Leather Podcast. Those of you may already, see his channel. You may be already a subscriber of him. But I want to shout out to you, Jack. Hey, thanks a lot, brother, for giving me a couple tips. Yeah, I'm working on it. Like this video is going to be put out. Whatever thought I had into it, a little bit of thought. But for all you out there struggling and trying to, I guess, drive to impress, you're not impressing nobody. I see these vehicles. My wife and I went hiking. I'll tell you a quick story. And I'm going to end this video. We're out hiking up in Mueller State Park, and we saw a couple up there. There was this truck that pulled in. It was just like, holy sheesh, this truck's got to be at least $100 grand. And it was one of those Dodge special like RVTs, whatever it was. I forget what it was called. One of those very expensive trucks, loaded to the hilt. think the tires naturally already had like 35-inch tires, off-road tires on it. It was like I don't know what I don't like I said, I don't remember. It wasn't a Rebel. It was something else. It was like a limited type series truck. And we ran into the people, and they're talking about like, oh yeah, we just got it. And I asked the guy, I'm like, is it paid for? And they're like, and they kind of like laugh. They're like, oh no, you know. So he basically spilled the beans. He said he paid $92,000 for this truck. And regardless of how much money you make, I agree with like Jack Morgan, like with these videos that are pumped out. It's like you don't have to have a car payment. Who are you trying to impress? I'm married. My wife, she actually rather take my truck when we go out versus her vehicle. Her vehicle is nicer, it's smaller, it's easier to get into parking spots. But other than that, it's not worth it unless you go to buy it, pay it outright. I mean, of course, we're all in situations. I'll tell you what, if something happened to us right now and we lose a vehicle, are we probably going to have another car payment? I really hate to touch my emergency fund just for a car. If it's my truck, I wouldn't care. But for her, my wife really needs a dependable vehicle. So we're actually in the works of saving our money for the next 3-4 years so we can actually tap into and buy a third vehicle outright. That's our goal. And other than that, get yourself goals and put some money in little pots. Have money in for a vacation fund, have money in for possibly a car repair fund. These are kind of just tips, advice from my personal experience. And, and if you're able to, save on bills, getting out of credit card debt and, becoming basically debt free, we're all going to have bills. You're going to have utilities, you're going to have food, car insurance, homeowners insurance, taxes. If you're an HOA, you're going to have an HOA. But, our next step is to pay off the place above our heads. That's our next goal. We're going to try to do that in 9 years. Yeah. It's a good goal. But yeah, hope you like this, and we'll see you on the next video. And take care. Have a great day.